Hi, a good day. Paddy James again. Even though I'm a ghetto, I'm also in the area of Christianity. I'm an ordained minister, but I do not get my money from that. I just get what I used to do was a health educator, but I'm going back even to what I used to do. Now I need to tell you the three pillars of Christianity. The three pillars of Christianity, as I know, are called faith, hope, and love. Faith, hope, and love. There are different things of the same ingredient that are put together, but all of them are important for you to be a Christian that's an overcoming Christian. And I want to talk about faith in several issues. It is important that faith, you can read about faith from Genesis to Revelation. Every single book of the 66 books of the Bible, written by more than 40 different authors, has something to do with the level of faith. And so there are different levels of faith. This is not the opportunity to teach you the levels of faith. That's going to be the next video blog. But right now, this one is just to have an overview and information of what faith, hope, and love is all about. Now, you have to remember it was by faith that Noah built an ark when everybody thought he was a crazy old man. And so he built something that was necessary and responsible because there is scientific evidence, there is evidence in the Bible, there is all kinds of evidences that there was actually something called Noah's Ark that was built before the earth had any rain. So Noah acted on his faith, and then what he had God tell him to do, he did that despite the fact that there was nothing as an indication that he was ever going to be. The next thing after Noah's Ark is the fact that Abraham's faith. And it is in Abraham's faith, and I like Abraham's faith, but I want you to understand that it is in Abraham's faith that Christianity came from, because it was from Jews when God told him to move away from where he was and told him to move to another place. So Abraham, in his own faith, God told him he was going to be the father of many nations, and he has been the father of many nations, not only the Jews, but also the Christians, actually through Abraham. However, somewhere along the line, Abraham now listened to what his wife told him, thinking that God's promise, because it seemed delayed, that it would never come to pass. But I want you to know that God's promise, whatever it is, even if it seemed delayed, it will come to pass if He promised you, if it is in His words, and if He said it particular to you. And you can actually be able to listen and to be able to understand what God is telling you concerning your life. So Abraham said, Sarah, the wife of Abraham, said, he should now sleep with his Egyptian maid Hagar, from which we have Ishmael. And from Ishmael, which we are told in the Bible that was not God's will for him, that was not his perfect will, but Abraham pleaded that Ishmael might live, and the world is still in turmoil between the descendants of Abraham, who are the Jews and the Christians, and the descendants of Ishmael, who are mostly Muslims. Now, this is not saying that all Muslims are bad. I've worked with Muslims before, and I have Muslims as friends. I've had Muslims in high middle schools, and I've had Muslims who actually supported me even while I'm a Christian. So I'm not against, but they are radical Islam, and you know about it. You've all seen issues about what we are having and what the world is having right now. I want you to know that you still need to trust God, you need to be dependent. So one thing I want you to say is that Jesus Christ ministered mostly through faith. He will say, have faith in God. Why can't you say this? Yeah, your faith has made you well. He said that about all the people that he healed. And right now people are still being healed by faith. Some people are still being managed through healthcare as well as faith so that they can live long. And I want you to know that it is important for you to keep your faith and to stay in faith. And without faith, the Bible says, it's impossible to please God. For he who comes must believe that he is a diligent rewarder of those who seek him. So always stay in faith. Then I want to mention briefly that even as a faith person, you will have a test of faith. There are several evidences in the Bible and word that I have. I'm not going to deal with statistics. I can start telling you stories of individuals. I can give you the individual of somebody who preaches and one thing and then had cancer and whatever, but that person had to stay in faith. It is not everybody that has cancer that gets through it, and I'm not saying anything about that you shouldn't be in cancer, but I've even seen very big televangelists being treated. They still stayed in faith. They prayed before they were treated. They went to medical doctors that are important that in faith. So I want you to know it is important that your faith will be tested, health-wise, materially, financially, career, whatever, family, your children, but whatever the circumstances of the faith, still stay in faith because God is still faithful. The next thing I want to talk about is hope. And one of the books that I do is that hope is actually not a very good, is not as good as faith because it's more like a backward way. I agree and I disagree. I agree in the fact that being waiting on something, but I've seen people that have waited on God for several years before what God promised them, either in the Bible or promised them individually materialized. An example, a musician talked about welcome home because one of the children decided not to go, deviated from the faith and then went away from it. Another example is a spouse that waited 7 years after divorce before remarrying the same spouse. I've not been in that condition, but I've had testimonies, I've seen situations, I've even prayed concerning some of these things. So hope is very important, and I want you to continue in hope concerning this. The last thing I want to talk about is love, and this is very important in our Christian. Love, as defined by the Bible, is in 3 ways, and even as defined by the world, is in 3 ways. One is eros. I'm not going to talk about that. Everybody knows that. That is on TV all the time. I don't watch most of those TV stations anyway. When they're talking about all those eros kind of situation. Another one that I want to talk about is filio. Filio is what you call the family love. And I want you to know, I want to educate you concerning this, that in filio, there are many kinds of family love. Your genetic family, genetic family can be immediate and extended. You can actually have love in your neighborhood, neighbors loving themselves among themselves, between colleagues at work, and between that. Church family, that is still part of filial kind of love, and all other kind, especially, in fact, everybody being an American, is still supposed to be the filial kind of love. We are all Americans, and so we may disagree on several things, as even immediate family and extended family disagree on many things that are important to them, but it still doesn't matter. They are still together because they are still connected by that filial. The most important aspect of love that I want to talk about is the one that is called agape. That is what I would call the God kind of love. The God kind of love is the fact that I love you even when you are still unlovable. It is the love that is based on John 3:16 and 1 John 4:7 and 8, that he says we should love one another. So you are unlovable, but I still love you. You are rotten, but I still love you. You are no good, but I still love you. You are perfect, I still love you. You are imperfect, I still love you. Whatever kind it is, I want you to understand love is still love, and it is important for you to know that these three, faith, hope, and love, are the three pillars of Christianity, and we need to keep on looking towards all this, because it says we need them as a background to be able to move forward. Thank you very much for listening, and that is for this video blog on the pillars of Christianity, another aspect of Christianity. Keep on looking forward in future, and Brother James will give you more. Thank you, and bye-bye.